tight. For nearly avoided a spill. Just a little trickle, a little dabble. Welcome, Internet, you beautiful motherfuckers. Join me and absorb some game. Today we're going to be talking about the TikTok ban. Right now, you got the American government moving to shut down competition of American social media platforms because they can't keep up. You know, you got a handful of social media platforms that pretty much report directly to the intelligence services. Obviously, Facebook, one of those sites. That's why the government helped to put all Facebook competitors out of business. I don't know if you were around during the MySpace days. MySpace, like, its heyday was like 2006 through 2008. Even though it's been well over a decade since MySpace was around, it was still leaps and bounds ahead of what Facebook is doing right now. It was shit. Like, you take the old ass MySpace, it shits all over whatever Facebook is putting out right now. Facebook is a hot pile of garbage in comparison. Which leads me to YouTube, because I discovered YouTube through MySpace. I was gussying up my MySpace page. I saw other people posted videos, personalized. So I looked into how they were able to do that, discovered something called YouTube. And through that, I was able to, just randomly post a video, providing commentary for something I saw on a television show. And that propelled me into the atmosphere, got invited to LA and all that stuff. But of course, if you don't know, Google ended up buying YouTube. And Google was created directly by the government. It was created with our tax dollars at the Bill and Melinda Gates lab in Stanford. Bill and Melinda Gates, let's just say Bill Gates, she ended up leaving them for the Epstein Island stuff. But I mean, I'm sure she was with all that other terrorism shit he was concocting, but let's not get into that. Microsoft, all the derivatives from these companies, they're all in bed with the government. And now they're forcing the sale of TikTok. So TikTok is a Singaporean company. They like to say it's Chinese, because people are afraid of Chinese people, because the news is programming them to be afraid of the Chinese. Anytime the news tells me to be afraid of anyone, I love them extra harder. Told me to be afraid of Russians. I tried my first borscht, or what was that? The fucking what was the little bready thing? Forget the name of it. It was delicious. So it's just like, don't believe your government. You should be wary of the corporations that are trying to divide you against people, because those are the motherfuckers who are robbing you. That being said, I have issues with TikTok being sold to an American company, and you could argue that they've already been infiltrated by American companies in the government that works alongside them. However, no, it's not a bagel. It's more a Russian sounding name. But but my experience with TikTok is it's garbage. Because it was years people telling me to get on TikTok. You got to do TikTok. You got to get a TikTok. And I'd already been censored on YouTube multiple times. So I was like, okay, I'll give TikTok a chance. And then plus they extended their view, the minutes, because I think when it first started it was like 1 minute limit, which is like, that's not a lot of time for me to say stuff. Then it was like 3 minutes, then it went up to 10 minutes. I'm like, there's a large chunk of my videos that are well under 10 minutes, so I could do that, or you know, even if it's over 10 minutes, I could like break it up if it's a new audience or whatever. Um, but yeah, I quickly noticed um, there's a lot of shit you can't say on TikTok. It's a lot of the same shit you can't say on YouTube. You can't question certain medical procedures that are beneficial for a small clique of people. Um, and you know, I started rocking that boat. And not even just that. It was I think it was an old ass employee evaluation of these date rapists. They call them pickup artists. And it was just like me just going in, just talking about how sick and perverted that shit is. Cause they were, one of the dudes was talking about, yeah, he was in Japan, like just blatantly sexually assaulting women. It's like, yeah, you know, just be friendly and just smile and grab them and they'll smile back. You know, they're creeped out, but you know, it's their culture to just kind of just allow it because of nukes. They think you might nuke them. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but that was the general sentiment. And it was just like the whole point of the video was making fun of him and his little fucking skeevy little clique of people. It was just like nothing positive being said. That shit was taken down as well. So overall, I had more videos taken down from TikTok, but they don't have the same policy as YouTube, where it's 3 strikes and you're out. So YouTube, they'll take down, you know, about three videos, and I'll lose an entire channel. TikTok, they'll take down like 10 videos, and I still have a channel, but it's a lot of the content that people were asking for, or you know, some of the new stuff that's just too controversial. Not even controversial. It's just proven right. Once you give me a few weeks, it's just like everything I say is just going to be confirmed to the point where, like, you know, everyone knows and accepts it. But I'm just saying it a little too early. Angry Bagel, yes, that's very close. But I do have some heartening video footage. It is of a Google engineer. I say engineer, that means someone who helps to create Google. They are a big part of keeping the monster of Google going. And he's addressing one of the directors who he knows nothing about creating the shit. He directs the shit. He directs the intellectual prowess and what it does. So he could be like, let's clean the water in Flint, Michigan. Let's figure out how to run cars off of that dirty water, give people clean water. We could get rid of the plastic water bottle industry. We can get rid of all this unnecessary stuff and stop polluting. They could be saying, let's do that. I'm sure they're buying the patents on that kind of stuff so they can put whoever tries to do that out of business. Instead, Google, they use their engineers. Look into Project Maven if this is a little too far-fetched. They use their engineers to create algorithms to track people's faces so they can drop bombs on them. So like, and then like, if you're darker skinned, there's a higher likelihood it's going to think you're the person who they wanted to bomb anyway, even if you're not. But one of the engineers spoke up against Google taking some of these Pentagon contracts, killing people. It's like, this is not what I signed up for. I don't want to be a party to this genocide. And this is the response.
And I refuse to build technology that powers genocide.
Free Palestine. Yeah. yeah, and they just go about business, tell him to shut up, because he has a moral compass that won't allow him to use his brilliance to kill people. And I think that's where we all need to be, wherever you are. Throw a monkey wrench in the plans of these evil motherfuckers. You're working for a weapons manufacturer. Expose them. It's just I was just talking to someone else. Her whole position. She was she sells body parts of deceased people to these companies that are doing cancer research and stuff. And it's supposed to be, it sounds like, you know, there could be some potential for good, but she was alluding to some of the fucked up shit she saw. I was like, man, if it's like some crazy shit, like that seems like one of those businesses where if they're not on the up and up, it has the potential to get really crazy. Like you're selling, because she just was alluding to some of the crazy stuff, and I'm like, I'm just, you know, going over worst possible scenarios. Like they're selling dead body parts. How do I know that they're not just like killing hobos to to reach whatever quotas they got to make? I don't know. So it was just like I just had that replaying in my mind. So I was like, man, you better speak up. I don't care how much money you're making. Like that is one of those positions where we need to keep people honest. I do not want just people hacking up my body part so they can, like, you know, just serve up some chili or gumbo or whatever y'all got going. It's just it's just so weird that you could know something shady is going on in that field and not speak up. But then again, maybe that's why she's not speaking up, because these motherfuckers are good with hacksaws. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So yeah, yeah. Just in summation, be more like the Google engineer who was against genocide, or the thousands of Google engineers who spoke up against Project Maven until they like canceled it and then came back with a different name. Don't let us fund genocide with our tax dollars. I may say tax dollars. They create money out of thin air to do evil. We can be taking money out of thin air to do good. Just keep that on your mind. And I got a precious few minutes left, so I do got some stuff to get done before my place closes. So I'll be getting to that, and I'll be trying to go live tomorrow, and doing an employee evaluation on the video I just showed you. So stay tuned for that, and love y'all. Don't forget to be good to each other. Peace.